I'm sure that what you have heard from the word that God has spoken to you, something has touched you. I would like to focus on these points. First one, that God, when these for His name are in prison, sets them free from prison. It is a miracle. Now, some of us will say, but God has not set us free from many prisons in which we are in. So what must we do then? We must continue to believe in Jesus. What happens to us? We focus on everything else. Whatever our thoughts, our feelings, our experiences, our needs are, keep them, but surrender them to Jesus and leave it in His hands. That is the trust that we need to have. Now you'll say, but I have done this. If you have done this, then you will experience peace. If you're not experiencing peace, that means there is some ego in that. That is for certain. You will experience peace because in His time, it's not only we, but also the others have to be reformatted. They are living in sin, so it's not easy for them to get out of it. There's my neighbor who's all the time troubling me. Why are they troubling? Because they want to grab your property. Whatever it is, I don't know. But I'm just saying, this is their intention. So, whatever you say, they have this intention, and for them to change it might be difficult. Now, many of the people in the house might want to change it, but there's one person who does not. And so, because of them, they are all held in bondage. And that is what happens. So, we must continuously keep surrendering our intentions to the Lord, and He will see when in His time He will bring about a change. I'm just giving this as an example. But there are many things that happen to us. We are very hard of heart. It took 3 years for St. Francis Xavier to begin to see what St. Ignatius was telling him. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses one soul? He couldn't see it. But in time, gradually he began to see it. And so we need to have patience. And Ignatius had patience. He continued in God to tell him what he has to tell, but nicely, gently, trying to draw him into the ways of God. So also for us, the children might not listen, the husband doesn't listen, the wife doesn't listen. We have all these things just right in our house. We need to have patience. Love is patience and kind. Love is not jealous. These guys were jealous and they put them in prison. Why? Because all the people were going after Jesus. And what is going to happen to our religion, they were saying. And something like that is also happening in our country. We're just some minuscule people and they are afraid of us that we are converting people. What conversion are we doing? We don't convert people. God converts people. He brings them by the example we live. And if our examples are good, then why will not people not believe in the way of Jesus in their life? So why should this be stopped? And if it is, then also the hand of God will be there. Because when such things happen, the Spirit of the Lord even works better. Because it brings clarity to those people who are touched. And many are touched. And many are following. But in time, things will happen. So that's what we need. Look at the second reading. What happens? God is the one who takes the initiative, first and foremost, to bring us into this world and to make us experience His love. But since we are not able to experience it in the way He had done it, He has given us His Son who is with us. He died, but He rose and He is with us in spirit. And you can experience Jesus at any time. What you need is the grace to believe that He is present and to communicate with Him, and He will surely give you the answers. Now your antenna must be attuned to Him. And for this, I have always been saying what I have liked in what Jesus has said to me and to all of us. Remain in me as I remain in you. All the time God is with me. Right in the Genesis we have heard that God breathed into the nostrils the breath of life. God's life is with us at every breath. If it is not there, we would die. And Jesus says, I am that life in you. So my dear sisters and brothers, God is so near to us, even closer to us than we are to ourselves. And so let us now begin every night to spend 5 minutes with Him, surrendering our thoughts, our feelings, everything to Him, so that in Him He will renew us. He will give us that which is best for us and will make us live in Him, through Him and with Him in our thoughts, words and deeds. So let's practice this for a while. Place your hands in your lap, keep your back straight, close your eyes. And as you breathe, Jesus fills you from your toes right up to your head, in your body, mind and in your spirit. You are not aware of this even, but He is there in every part and cell and being of our body, mind and spirit. And so everything is in Him, so keep it all in Him as you breathe out. That's the best way you can surrender. In His name, let it all be out of your body, because He is a great help to us. We cannot get rid of the things that we accumulate which are not His, and we get attached to them, because the evil one wants us to remain that way in bondage. But when we give it to Him, He transforms it all. And the next breath He gives us all that is good, all that is beautiful, and we must only relish it. And so when we are present to Him, we will begin to do that and enjoy our life in simplicity, in humility, and in self-giving.